yourself something funky.
Funky, and it's only me. Don't know who you are, but Facebook user just tagged somebody called Tesha Jordan. Thank you very much. And I've also tagged Dave Evans. So it's usually Stu doing the tagging. It could be Stu. Don't know. Right, tonight's going to get a little bit weird. It might not get funky, but it's definitely going to get weird because we've got multiple things going on, and it's all going to be a mismatch together for, well, I won't say the word that Irene used because I'll get myself put on the naughty step. But it goes with giggles, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in my co-host, which is Irina Legarski, munching her face.
Don't ask.
The reason I brought Irina in first is because Irina's doing something unusual tonight. She's going to try and co-host a show at the same time as doing a little mini chili eating competition with some really, really, really nasty pods. And she's got to try and keep a straight face and talk whilst doing it.
Talk at the same time, right? Okay, so obviously we all know I've got this ability to just talk through anything. So, I mean, I've talked through the Swedish lollies. No, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. It could all go horribly wrong. It can all. Would
you like to lift your little plate up and show what?
Well, let's just give you the story. So I went to see Kevin Tilley back last week. So what was that week? Last Wednesday, I think it was, something like that. And in the greenhouse, we started going around having a little look to see what things are, and we started picking things off. So I started with a hot ahi lemon, which I ate there and then. But then I started saying, oh, that's nice. He went, oh, I'll have this, have that. But anyway, you might have seen the photo last week, but I came back with all of these pods. And I said to him that I would eat them live on screen. So I couldn't remember exactly what I had there. So I got him to remind me. So there's 1, 2, 3, right. There's, excuse that in the background. There's 8 pods there, and two of them there's double. So I will eat them all. But as I go through them, I will tell you exactly what they are and what I found out on the various websites as to what they are, because they're all crosses.
All right.
So potentially they're going to ruin me.
A little surprise that Irina doesn't know about is, like most chili eating competitions, pods are spaced out so that it gives a chance for a burn to set in, blah, blah, blah. Mm. Usually you have a host that sits and does the chat. Yeah. Well, we haven't got one of those, so Irina's doing that as well for herself. But we're going to have a timer running, and she's going to actually wait 5 minutes at least between each pod.
Oh, you're horrible. I thought you were my friends.
I am. I love you a bit.
I thought we were friends.
5 hours between each pod.
Oh no, it's not 5 hours between each pod at all. My God,
5 hours was that? I think. Well, I've just.
So do you know, I've had a really nice dinner tonight. I've had a really nice curry that I've made up, and yeah, it's call this my afters. But yeah, I think this is going to spoil my curry.
There's a possibility it might. Yeah,
it's a possibility. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Whilst you're doing this, do remember that you are the host for the evening.
No, I'm not the host for the evening.
Yeah, you can do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up, well, I am if I can work out how to use this computer because it takes me a while. I'm going to bring up a timer and put it there. Like that. Right. I'm going to bring you 2 guests in.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Because these 2 guests are going to be doing Paqui one chip, and you can introduce them. You can get them to the disclaimer, blah blah blah. When their timer starts for them eating after they've eaten the pod, because we're going to start a timer. That's when you can start eating your pods, and we're going to go there 5 minutes every 5 minutes. Pod, and then we'll bring your next guest in.
5, 10, 15, 20. Hang on. Yeah, but this is going to take forever to do this.
I know.
Right, okay. I'm just looking at the list again. There's 8 pods there. That's like 40 minutes. I don't like you anymore.
You love me, really.
I don't like you anymore.
You talk for that long.
Yeah, Paul just said, can I talk for that long? We'll see.
You're going to need that long because we've got another 2 guests after these 2 to sit and talk to
Right,
is-
okay then. Well, in that case, I think that we should bring in our first contestant, but I would much rather do a Paqui one chip this evening than do this. So I understand that first person we've got joining us is Angus Geo Bates.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. So Paqui one chip this evening, which I would much rather do than do all of this.
I think, I'd rather do the 8 pods and do this.
I do have one, but I'm not doing it tonight.
I says to you earlier, you might as well have brought out a Paqui one chip and a chug as well while you were at it, and you could have just classed it as a one-woman competition and won.
Don't have the chug, but we do still have 2 chips from last year to do. But that's definitely going to be done another evening.
I'll do last year's. They taste better.
I don't know. It's this one that I'm not looking forward to, and I'll tell you about that when we if I can, I'll tell you about it later.
When she gets to that one.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to talk though. We'll see. But right, we have someone else doing a Paqui one chip. I believe it's Stephen Harrop.
There we go.
Hello.
How's it going, mate? You okay?
Could somebody please tag Annie Boyer because she'd like to see these chips being done?
If somebody can tag Kevin Tilley as well, if he's not already in the chat. I've got my phone here, but I'm not actually looking at it. Only because he's given me the pods as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Kevin makes of it because he's obviously grown all of these. So
I'm interested to see if you guys reddish your hair.
Pink at the moment. This is the last time you'll see it pink.
Thank
you, Charlie.
It's not looking very pink at the moment.
Sorry. Apparently, I'm a bit rude for saying that. I apologise.
Yeah, you need to respect him.
Yeah.
Well,
get told off.
I think the 2 guys down there need to knock out their disclaimers.
They do, right? I'm banned from doing disclaimers after my last one. So yeah, guys. So whenever you're ready, if you want to do your League of Fire disclaimers for us.
Let this guy go first.
Excellent. Off you go then.
Thing is, today, just none of my underwritten understood the hot sauce product disclaimer on the League of Fire website. In summary, I accept that the League of Fire, the suppliers and manufacturers, nor no Chilli-heads, will under no circumstances be responsible for or liable for any claims of injury or damage arising from me consuming this product or multiple zero knowledge of the Greek practice.
Much better than I could ever do. Excellent. Okay, guys, off you go, mate.
Well, it's like this. My name is Angus G.R. Bates.
You sure?
I currently think I'm over 18 years of age. I'm pretty sure I am. Yeah, I've read and understood the piece of paper on the wall. I promise not to sue people or nuke Chilli-heads or League of Fire or any other business like that. I definitely won't be doing multiples of, so I don't need to disclaim that bit. I'll only be doing single chips because they're disgusting. Yeah, I'll do this challenge of my own free will.
Oh, excellent. Fantastic. That's much better than I could have done.
Even though it's disgusting, he still does it of his own free will. I'm sure that clashes with the sound mind bit.
Yeah, well, let's face it, you can't be a sound mind if you're doing one of these. I mean, you know.
Right. So what I'm going to do is bring up a little timer.
Remember, mate, they taste like chicken wings.
They taste like chicken wings. I bet you people don't.
If you would like to...
You'll have to tell me if they're as bad as last year and the year before and blah, blah, blah.
If you'd like to open your boxes, and as soon as you open your boxes, keep them on camera.
Yeah, well, right. Right.
Oh, God. Oh, what's the matter with me? I can't believe I've agreed to do this. This is not a normal chili eating competition where you start off with a jalapeno. This, yeah. So, the first one is called a Roxa Tralala, which I believe comes from Patali seeds. It's a Shinense, and I understand it's crossed with a chocolate Scotch bonnet and a Star Ratcher, and it's a hot Scotch bonnet essentially.
Love that smell of chicken wing.
So they're not overly big pods. There's the same ones there. Now I was going to say C's, but I can't be bothered to open them up. if I'm truthful. So depends on how they are, guys. Tap up Kevin Tilley, because I know that he's got loads of pods down there, some of which he's still waiting for them to write them.
Well,
Tell me when I can go.
let the two guys down below chew up and show open mouths, and as soon as they show open mouths, you may go.
Oh, guys, what's the matter with me? So what have I got to do? I've got to show an open mouth as well, have I?
Well, it usually helps, but
Yeah.
we'll start the timer when you start chewing. So
Oh, okay. Oh, right. So I can take 5 minutes to eat it then.
yeah, you can take as long as you want to eat it. You just can't start the next pod until 5 minutes is up.
Okay. Well, this is really cruel.
I know.
So, Stefan, is this your first chip of the 2000? Oh, it's the second. Are your fingers blue already from that? My God. Or is it just the? God, they are really blue. My God. Put 'em away. Put 'em away.
Gus's mouth moves up and down like a little hamster.
Oh, I know. I'd much rather just- I'm going to go for the smaller one first, actually, because they're both the same.
Oh, that was a good judge of that, Stefan.
Oh,
big blue
a
tongue.
big blue tongue.
I see a blue tongue. Next blue tongue and Gus. There's another blue tongue. Munch away there, Ray. There you go. The timer has begun.
Okay, so
Stefan's got a bright blue tongue.
yeah. So that's quite a typical heat of Scotch bonnet. How would I describe that flavour? It's pretty instant on the heat, and it's oh, there, my tongue. That's floral.
Floral.
I found that quite floral.
One
So
of
I'm
its
not looking
parents
forward to
was
the
a
next one
chocolate.
'cause it's exactly the same.
One of its parents was a chocolate pod, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, chocolate Scotch bonnet, along with a star ratcha, whatever that looks like. I didn't have a chance to look it up. But essentially, the website for Fatali Seeds said that it's a hot Scotch bonnet, and it is quite hot actually. I'd definitely say it's hotter than Scotch bonnet. Not as nice tasting though.
Gus has got the hiccups.
And to be fair, I mean they're not overly big pods. I mean that's my finger there. So they're not overly big. Well, they're quite orange. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but these pods have come out quite orange.
It looks like a pearl peach through my camera.
It doesn't look like a Scotch bonnet. It looks a little bit sort of habanero.
I was about to say it looks like the red Savina habanero, but smaller.
It's maybe not quite as long and slender as a Savina, but yeah, that looks a little bit habanero to me. But I'm not looking forward to that one after that smaller one there. But you have to.
Still a couple of good hiccups going. Stefan doesn't look like he's eating a chip yet.
No, I think Stefan needs to do another one then.
Shows your tongue again just to prove it. Yeah, he's definitely eating a chip.
Blue. That is well blue, to be fair.
Another one.
Yeah, so this is a new thing for me because obviously whenever I've done sort of pod eating competitions, obviously I've done quite a few all over the summer. It's been the normal pod eating where you start really, really mild and then work your way through. I've never started eating a range of pods which are as hot as this. So this is going to be interesting.
It will be.
It's going to be interesting. A pod like that would usually be around about round 5, maybe round 6.
About 5, 6,
That's
yeah.
round 1 for me. So yeah. So I shall be doing that one again, unless I forget about that and just go straight on to the next one. No, I don't know. I tell you what we'll do. Rather than do the same pod twice, I'll put that aside. That one there, those two the same. So I'll put the smaller one away, and I'll keep the larger one. There we go.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, there's too many pods there. I don't even know why I got two of certain ones. But I can tell you that the next one is a Kangstar Crimson Bonnet, which is another Chilli-heads. What's that? I couldn't actually find out that much about it. But I'm assuming it's going to be something like another Scotch bonnet if it's got the word bonnet in it. I don't know. But it's a lot larger than the other one, but that one's come out quite orange as well. So yeah. So that one's going to be interesting. It's it feels quite firm and thick as well. So.
Nice thick walled pod. Well,
Feels quite thick.
You're coming up to where you're going to need to be munching onto another pod, and the guys have nearly beaten the 5 minute. What? Hold one of your banners up, guys. Let me see what 5 minutes is on them signs.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
1 minute. 5 minutes isn't there. It's 10 minutes for powerful.
You're quite welcome to keep me company, guys, and keep chatting away.
Yeah.
Are you ready there, Irina? Because you can munch your next pod.
Yeah. Chin chin.
Right. We're going to bring some people in for you to have a chit chat with.
You know, so.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello.
Hello.
I was quite seedy on the inside, and it's thinner wall than I thought it was going to be.
You think that's seedy? You should have seen the hotel that Patrick was in when he was in Hartlepool.
I'm going
Right.
to go. Looks like I've got company. See you later.
That one is actually milder than the one I've just eaten, and it's nicer.
What room on the screen?
That was nicer.
Oh my God. Did I tell you about the hotel?
Tell her about it off camera. Don't do it on camera.
Yeah. It was something else.
What flavour was that there?
Nicer.
Nicer.
Nicer than the last one. I don't think it was quite as hot. However, this one's got me under the tongue. So this is an under the tongue burn. Definitely not as soapy and floral as the last one, but quite a nice fruity flavour to it.
It looked like we're just eating jalapenos. I mean,
it is warm. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But the burn is more under my tongue on this one, and I'm starting to dribble a little bit as well. I can feel lots of saliva building in my mouth now.
The heat's building. Well, Firefly down there is the lady that looked after Patrick's plants while he was gallivanting all over the UK, enjoying himself, and just right. She was the lady that was doing all the work. Just thought I'd grass you up there, Patrick.
That's all right. You know, they're half her. I mean, they're her babies. We actually kind of partners in this. She does all the winter work, the overseeding or the overwintering, this planting from seeds, the labeling, all that good stuff. I just put them in the ground, you know, add water.
Yeah, he's making me do 5 minutes. 5
So,
minutes per kid.
Unfortunately, her grow didn't do great this year. So luckily, mine did, and she was able to, I don't know, grab some pods out of that while I was going. And today, another pool.
Last I saw their post, there was a little hint that she was making something from these pods.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Neat. Tell them what you meant.
Oh, I mean, well, I made a strawberry scorpion jam that I brought Patrick today, and
Ooh.
hot sauce too, but I didn't bring that because you have so many hot sauce right
Yeah.
now.
In fact, we're going to be trying. She made this earlier this year. It's a scorpion strawberry rhubarb jam that I've yet to try. So,
Nice. Strawberry and rhubarb are always good together anyway, but yeah, that with a stinger. Oh, that'd be really nice.
It's the jam she makes. Most of them have scorpions, and it's just like the perfect sweet and hot type thing. You know what I mean? For me, at least.
I think it might have not just scorpion, but it might have like reaper in it too.
This one? Okay. We will find. So basically, we've got a few things. I've eliminated some. She refused to try the Marmite.
Well, not refuse to try it, but refuse to try it on a spoon.
Well, then you're in luck because it's right here.
No.
There you go.
So is that a proper jar of Marmite, or is it one of the Marmite sauces?
It's
Proper
the.
jar of Marmite. Yum yum yum. Bingo, you either love it or you hate it. I personally love Marmite.
You do.
And I usually put it on toast, but I dunk it into tomato soup.
You're the second person. Shahina's the only other one that says she likes it, but she uses it to cook with, or like you said, like maybe on a plate.
Put it on toast and then dunk it in your Heinz Prima tomato soup. It's a game changer. Do you know? I've just realised the time.
I'll
Right.
let you do that.
I'm just going to tell you about this pod before I eat it.
Stefan's went past the powerful mark.
Nice
Well,
job.
awesome, Stefan. Well done. Right, so this is a ghost yaki orange. Kevin says, hopefully it's not yaki. He says that it's a habanero cross of some kind. I read up about it, and I haven't written it down. Apparently it's a white ghost and a ghost yaki. I don't know. Let me take my glasses off. A ghost yummy yaki. I've no idea what they are, but I think I've got them in the wrong order. So that's a ghost cross. So I've just moved up from a bonnet into this one. So yeah, wish me luck, guys.
I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Is that like a peach color?
Looks it through my camera.
Yeah.
If all the heat kicks in, it's actually really, oh God, it's really nice tasty. That's the heat started to build. And you know when you breathe in at the same time, it goes straight down to the back of your throat.
Oh, yeah.
So at the moment, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Got a lovely crunch.
Doesn't it?
To be fair, they've been in the fridge for a week and they're still nice and crunchy.
Nice. That last pepper looks mean, I gotta say.
All right, I'm going to tell you about this. I'm actually going to read it off the website as well. I'm going to tell you what it is and what it says. It's it doesn't make for good reading, I'll tell you that much.
Give you nightmares if you read it before bed.
Oh, right. Paul's just come up for a name for your jam there. Right. So what was it? It was a strawberry scorpion jam. He said it should be called a scorpberry.
I like it.
He's pretty good, isn't he? He's been on the rum as well. He said call it a scorpberry.
I like
But
that.
I do
that means now that it's got a name, there's one more thing we need to know, and that is exactly how it tastes and how hot it is. And since you're there, right beside it,
Find out.
That's a lot hotter than it first started off being.
This one
That's at the back of my throat now. I don't know whether it's where I breathed in earlier. But
It smells delicious.
Shoot off now.
you shooting off there, Stefan?
excellent, well done, mate.
Dude.
That's not too bad. Smells wonderful. Doesn't smell super hot, so I'm expecting it to be a little super hot.
I can't see who Facebook user is, but they're saying, have you tried Delou garlic?
That's Sam Stallard, if I said that correctly.
You did? No, I haven't tried it, Sam.
I thought it was hotter than one of the other ones.
That's what I love about, I have to say. Yeah, this is hot. Every jam you've made, the sweetness of the flavor of it, like what you'd expect from a strawberry jam, no chilies or whatever.
Mhm.
You get there and the heat just comes. And it's such a slow climb, but then it's good. It's not too hot,
Mhm.
but it's it'll wake you up in the morning for sure. I wish you could try it. Oh, so good.
How much does the rhubarb come through? Does it come through more than the other fruit? Or
This 5 minutes is going really fast. God.
He doesn't know what rhubarb tastes like.
Yeah. I've never eaten rhubarb, so I have no idea what rhubarb.
I could have brought some over to one of the festivals. I've got loads of it grown in the garden.
Yeah, I've never eaten. I couldn't tell you what rhubarb by itself tastes like. It sounds
very
like
sour. It's very sour.
That's a rhubarb.
No.
Oh.
That's not rhubarb. They sound like can I go and get some for you? No, I'm showing you my next pod. Say hello to Pat quickly then. Sorry, Anna wants to say hello. Hi, Pat.
hello?
Hey, how are you?
She's bouncing around the kitchen there.
Another one out of the park.
Right, okay. So my next pod is called, apparently, it's a why not lie, and apparently that is ripe. So it stays like a limey, yellowy type colour. And I'm not looking forward to this one. I have no idea what it's about. I've just requested them. I couldn't find anything about it. So Kevin, hopefully you can tell me what they are. But I'm really dribbling them.
Variety of peppers. Yeah. I usually don't use just one. But the one I gave you just
You need to talk Pat fast because she won't take long to eat that and she'll be talking again. So heat level, what is it level on?
The heat level? Is that what you asked me?
Yep.
Maybe like a 3. You know, kind of climbs up maybe at a 4, but then just quickly plateaus and starts to drop. So I don't know. That's where I'd put it, I guess. What do you think?
I think it's a little hotter. But
Really?
yeah, but maybe your tolerance was higher than mine. So
I mean,
I'd say like a 5.
I was surrounded by it all for weeks.
She did answer me next question because I was about to say, is that a Chilli-head 3 or is it a normal person 3? Or well, she's just answered it because she said about a 5. So
that one's not very nice.
It didn't look nice.
That's really floral.
No.
Was it not bitter as well, with it being a greeny colour?
I think I've lost the sensation of taste. No, not keen on that one. That's not one I would grow for no, not to use for anything.
Let me ask you this: when you, because I noticed this, and I've only done one. When you're in a competition, you come across like it's time for a pod that you don't like. It just doesn't taste good, something, and you got to battle through that flavor. Does that bother you during the competition? Do you think of that?
Think for me, I try not to fixate on flavors of things, but it's just that will to just get through to the next one. I think the worst one that I've had recently, and I don't even know why I did it. I think it was Surrey Chili Festival. The last pod that Matt brought out was the chocolate reaper. It didn't look like a chocolate reaper at all. I can tell you, it was possibly the hottest thing that I've ever eaten. It was bonkers. It was horrible, and I drank 2 liters of milk after that. Wow. I've never looked for more milk. But that was it was ridiculously hot. I can tell you that much. It was hotter than the reaper that the red reaper that we'd eaten. but I try not to fixate on flavors and just plow through just the heat of everything. So yeah, just a mind over matter thing. But Pat, I mean, you were awesome that weekend as well. You were one of the last people I ever expected to see at that table.
Yeah, well, truth be told, I didn't put my name down. You can thank Matt.
I don't usually put my name down either, but it usually ends up being on the table somewhere.
Yeah, Matt, our good buddy Matt Tangent decided that that's what I needed to do. And so.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was really good at doing things like that as well. East Midlands Chili Festival on the Sunday. She came over, it was about 20 to 4, and the competition started at 4 o'clock, saying, oh, go on, would you do it? I was like, I don't think so. And I said, well, why? She said, oh, there's not enough people to do it. I was like, I'm not doing it again after yesterday. She went, oh, go on. I was like, no, don't think so. Well, look, I said, I haven't even had anything to eat. She went, go and have something to eat. I went, oh, okay then. And it was as simple as that.
Yeah, no way.
Paul just said, I'm as useless as a chocolate fire guard.
Yeah, Vicky was up there, Laura was up there.
And I know, Laura did amazing as well, though. You were just all fantastic.
They're certainly willing.
Right, we're coming into that last minute again, so now we've got to move on to another little thing that we're going to try and push for. We've had a little jam tasting session. We've managed to get Ray eating pods and tying them out because she's daft like that. Back to the Marmite. Alex there says the secret to Marmite is don't over apply it. A little smear is enough.
Yeah, not too much in one go because it's really strong.
So, Pat and Firefly, whilst you've got it there, do you want to test Alex's theory?
I certainly don't.
Right.
I can imagine just a pin, just taking like the tip of a needle, and that would be more than anybody needs. So, yeah, no, I mean, it's of course, Jessica's always, we got chips. You can always try it on a chip. You know what I mean?
I'll try a little on a chip.
I know, but I'm trying to say what they are first.
There you go.
Right, sorry guys, I'm just about to chomp this, but just to let you know, this is called a lion shark. I'm ramping up the heat here because apparently it's a Reaper crossed with a Pimenta Donada. So I don't know, I don't know how hot it's going to be, but it's a Reaper crossed with a Pimenta Donada. It's quite yellow.
Oh,
well, it's
smell it.
yellow. So good luck with the Marmite.
I don't think it smells bad.
Oh. You might like it. You might be like Irina.
It is a lovely relationship. Some people love it.
Is that enough?
Oh no, you need more than that.
Nope.
No, that's enough. That's enough.
Okay.
There you go. It's thick. It's like
molasses.
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
Patrick's just suddenly got a bigger and bigger gap between them.
So Pat, did you try Marmite when you were over, or is that the first time you've tried Marmite?
No, I tried it in Nuke one day, just by the spoonful, and you can have that. You can have all those.
I'm just going to reply to a comment that Mousy is a question Mousy's just asked about the heat of that one. That was not as hot as I was expecting it to be. Now, the heat will be tempered from the Reaper with the Pimenta Donada, so it will be milder. That is not as hot as I was expecting it to be, in all honesty. I don't really have much of a mouth burn off that one, which is interesting.
No. The next
That's not the hottest one I've had so far, but not bad tasting. Not a bad tasting one. That's quite. I would eat a fruity naga. I would call that definitely. That's not a bad pod actually. That's quite nice.
Nice.
That's quite
She's
nice.
She's going in for seconds on the Marmite.
Patrick, you might as well just get the cheese out. She's going to go for the cheese crackers, Marmite, and everything. She's obviously a Marmite lover.
Let's see.
I'm going to gag just watching.
There's my jar of Marmite, which is currently empty.
Wow.
We go through loads
Joe.
of it in my house.
Well,
However,
I mean, this is
that's
why I
our
was
back of the jar.
subjective, right?
That's our back of the jar there.
Do you know what Marmite goes really good in? The dustbin.
However, talking of Marmite, I bought this for Paul a few years back.
Daddy? Does that say daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a label printed for him.
Oh.
Right.
Is that the
That
chili one?
pod is now getting hotter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Charlie's calling Firefly broken.
Charlie, right. Charlie, you want to see somebody get broken? I'm going to get broken on this because I'm going to tell you about this pod in a minute. That's going to ruin me.
Well, hey, you got them. You can have all those.
I think it would be good in cooking for sure.
It
That's
does
what
go
we
better in cooking. Anything beefy, you just need to add a little bit of a kick to. Bit of stir fry, anything like that. As for eating it off a spoon, that's just evil. I would never think of eating it off
Oh,
a
I
spoon.
don't eat it off a spoon.
See, you should at least try it off the spoon. I'm curious to know if you'll have, if it'll change your mind in any way.
I don't want to change my mind.
Coming into time there, Ray.
Right, so I'm going to tell you about this. Right, this is called Overkill. The name really should give it away. So I'm going to delay eating it by a minute or so, but by all accounts, it is a 7-pot Primo Red crossed with a Leopard Reaper. So I'm just going to see if I can get up the information that I found earlier on about it.
While she's grabbing the info, Paul, could you grab her a knife so we can actually see the inside?
Yeah, do you want
please?
to grab the knife? So Overkill chili. Let's have a look. So this is the information from Space Peppers, and of course he's got to bring me a knife like that, hasn't he? So the photos that I can see, they look quite gnarly and quite bumpy on the skin. That one is quite smooth. So this is what it says. It says cross between 7-pot Primo Red and a Leopard Reaper, new hybrid from Space Chili generated by manual pollination. A real super hot with extreme spice, and I'm spitting everywhere now. In capital letters, it says brutal. We had a very productive dark green. So apparently, there's a lot of placenta and oil. The aroma and flavour are excellent, recommended for making very spicy sauces. This season, 2021, we have obtained pods of a larger size than the previous F1, and only plants with purple leaves have been selected for cultivation. So all depends on what this is like now, and if it kills me, ask Kevin if you can get some seeds off him. I'm just going to cut it open. If it says oily, I can't see it. So, I mean, that's one side, and that's the other. They're not. It's not oily. It smells very Chilli-heads, though. I've got to say. Am I eating into my 5 minutes by doing this now?
Yeah, you can do it.
In fact, it doesn't smell as nasty as a Reaper, I've got to say. I'll find out now if it is as nasty as a Reaper. So, yeah, bottoms up, guys.
Sounded good.
It's hot.
Willie.
It's hot. It's
Like
hot.
Reaper?
It's on my tongue. No, do you know, it's what is it? It's 7-pot Primo. I've never had a 7-pot Primo, so I got nothing to compare that to. But the Reaper side of it, I would say that it's lost a lot of the characteristics and the flavourings of a Reaper.
That can only be a good thing.
Yeah. was gonna say I've never been a big fan of Reaper flavor.
But I've never had a 7-pot primo, so I've got nothing to compare it to there. At the moment, it's not as hot as I expected it to be. But it's hot.
It might be because you've eaten a lot of other peppers beforehand and you're not getting the full effect of the kick.
This may be a gift that keeps giving, though.
Still building?
It is building. It's got the back. Oh god, it's going up my nose though. It's got the back side of my tongue and over this side here, so on my left. So it's on. I know it comes around on my right, but it's coming down here, and that's about all the burn I've got at the moment. But it is building though, and it's starting to come forward on the front of my tongue now. Oh, this is a builder. That's a good one. That. If you're looking for a hot one, that is a hot one, definitely.
And doesn't come with the horrible taste of the Reaper.
No, I'm not finding that horrible taste of the Reaper, but it is all at the back of my throat here and coming down the one side. I don't know where it's where I was chewing it more on this side. That's a hot one. Sauce maker, guys. That's if you're looking for a hot pod, that is definitely one to go for, and it's a builder.
Overkill, right?
It's called Overkill. I've looked at the information of Space Chilies. It's a builder. The heat is not apparent to start off with. Ooh. That's a hot one.
Basically, reaction all this whole gauntlet.
It's the first one that's made it react.
Yeah.
It's a builder. It's still building.
Nice.
That's at the back of my throat. So let's move this out of the way. I'm starting to be all teary-eyed. So I don't know if we can see. I mean, I'm a little bit glazed. And that's the first one that's got me a bit glazed. That is a builder. Oh.
Climbing.
I think I can hear Paul laughing now. You usually round about this stage you hear Paul giggling.
I tell you what, that's a good competition pod. Stephen Dixon, if you're going to be growing that one, I would definitely use it for all competitions. Oh my god.
Irina, do you realise what you're doing to yourself? You went to these competitions.
Seriously, if anyone is growing, oh god, that has got my throat. If anyone is growing to supply competitions, that is a good one to have right up at the top. I've got I don't even see that. Oh god, I just stuck my finger in my eye. God, I tell you, you never learn.
Until the other eye.
This is I've got tears and I'm snotting quite bad. That is that's the top end of a competition, definitely.
Wow.
Ooh.
Bet you haven't got another one of them, have you?
I haven't, thank God for that. No, but for fun, I will go and eat these two. Oh, no, I won't, because I've just chucked that one on the floor. God, that is no, that is definitely a top end competition pod. I can't compare it to a primo because I've not done one. That's a builder.
So which one the smokeable moment?
That's a builder, and it's still there. That hurts.
I bet you wish you could have some of that chili jam roundabout now, don't you?
The moment, eh?
Cool down.
Have I done 5 minutes after that, or have I got to do a little bit more?
No, you're pretty much done. It's just we weren't going to tell you because I do remember when I did a chug and somebody thought she'd leave me with burning for an extra minute because I couldn't see the timer.
Oh, if all else fails, just stick another minute on, I say.
Yeah.
No, that is definitely a good competition pod. If anyone grows them, they're a really good size as well. So if you're looking for a big, chunky, really hot one, that is definitely one to do.
It looks like one that'll catch a lot of people by surprise.
Because when I first had it, I thought, this is really not too bad. But they're cheeky that they creep up on you as well. That was a cheeky creeper.
Gee, I think you just renamed it.
It's still burning on the side of my tongue and at the back of my throat, just there, and all down here. Ooh, there's a hottie. Oh no, it's still got my tongue. That hurts.
I like that.
So have you got anything else nice to show us, Patrick?
I've got plenty. I've basically had everything. So, on the
Well, you
table.
didn't, because I didn't see you do the Marmite.
You saw that last time.
I can't remember.
She's gonna try it off the spoon, actually.
No, okay.
I could never suggest anybody try it off a spoon. Like,
Wow.
That's
So
still
I've
hot.
Do a spoonful of Marmite.
That's still hot.
Wow.
did you hear Paul telling Ray to do a spoonful of Marmite?
Tell you what, I'm gonna have a go, because if it takes the burn away from my mouth, I'll do anything at the moment.
Whoa. I think what I want her to try next, I guess.
I'll do that amount with you. That's really good.
Oh. Wow.
He's crumbled it all over the table.
Oh, he was sitting too.
Oh, what's up, man?
It's all over the bloody table.
Did it help with the burn?
No.
No.
Right, so you won't be
So
doing
now
that one after competitions, right?
So now you've got a really crappy tasting burn.
I'm good.
Yeah, now I've got a really yeasty burn.
So this is the lemon drop jelly from Rick Saunders Jelly Project. I forced myself to leave this little bit. I actually got her a jar, so to take home with her. But I wanted her to try this. I want to get your opinion on this, because this to me is just straight out. It's so good.
What did you actually use it on, Patrick?
Oh, just toast. Either out of the jar or just toast. I think Vicky told me to try it on my coffee, and I think that would be better in tea.
I was gonna say tea.
Tea would be good.
Pancakes. You need it in pancakes. Lay your pancakes up with your
Oh, like
Put it in a stir fry. If you're doing stir fried vegetables, put a big spoonful into your stir fry. What happens is it all melts out. It coats everything, and then as you're cooking it, the sugars in it will actually start caramelizing as well. So it's a really good way to use it in cooking.
It's really good.
Isn't it?
It's really good.
That's
It does have a tingly burn, like you said. It's
Yeah.
nothing, yeah.
it's just enough to know you're there. Now I did give my mom just a little bit, like the very tip of it, and she just licked it and smacked me. So it's the games I play with my mom, and
It almost reminds me a little bit of like a marmalade too, a little bit.
right. That's kind of what I thought,
Mhm.
and I love orange marmalade. So
It's very good.
if he could make one of those, that would be great. Now, those are anything else you see. I've tried all these. Everything I bought here is something I tried and couldn't resist. So, except for Kevin Tilley's Little Willie Indian ketchup.
I've got it here. If it happens, it's on my table. Yeah, no, I've been having it for dinner recently. Look at that, it's on my table.
Adele opened a bottle a day, and it's like only got that much in it now. And she only opened it like tea time.
The Indian ketchup?
Yeah.
Nice. See what you would like to try.
I need to try something with me.
Well, I'll do whatever. Just I've had. I mean, the Plot 34s are all good. Try this one. This is Smoky Cherry Barbecue from Plot 34, Stephen Gibbs. This is a perfect dessert sauce. Very, very sweet. Absolutely, like, to me, zero heat. Anybody could use this on anything. Cheesecake, I think, would be amazing. Dribble that over some cheesecake.
I do believe he does this one in 2 heat ranges. He does a one that's mild and he does a one that's quite hot.
This one he has is a 1. So
That's
this
the
must
mild.
be a mild one. Cherry, blueberry, red onion, pointed pepper, black treacle,
Hi,
Right.
Crazy G.
Scotch bonnet chili, balsamic vinegar, orange juice, maple syrup,
That's very good.
dark sugar, chipotle, chocolate powder, and salt. Isn't that good?
It's very good. It's definitely a dessert sauce, I feel. But I could see
Oh, yeah.
using it on like pork or something.
Oh, pork would be good. So let's take his next one. This would be his Don't Fear the Reaper. Now these I've been kind of just abusing on chips. I found try it on a chip. That's how I tried it. It's really, really good.
Why is it really hot?
No, it's just, I don't know. It's how I tried them as I was going around the stalls. And
Yeah.
so this is how you get to experience it.
It's still got
This, and this is going to be a little warmer.
Irina playing on a Yazoo.
Yeah, but it was what came from the shop. I sent Paul last minute down to the shop to get some extra milk. So I clearly didn't plan any of this.
I tasted coconut right away. That's good.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pat. Which one have you got there? I got a bit distracted trying to reply to some messages then.
What is this? Don't Fear the Reaper from Plot 34.
It's a really good heat on that one.
Oh, it's
Very good.
delish. Pineapple.
Nice sweetness.
Sweetness. It's kind of like I've noticed I'm going very sweet anymore. And this one is the Napalm Orange, which yellow Moruga scorpions, red Romano peppers, mango, cider vinegar, garlic, onion, lime juice, honey, and sea salt. This one's a little bit hotter. That's a 7 out of 10 on, and he doesn't really lie about his heat scales. So
I actually find that one a bit warmer.
Well, plot 34A, the one that I've got at the moment, so I've just grabbed a bottle out the fridge. What we're doing is the Breath of Fire. Now, I've used this in a few different things recently. So I put this in chicken stew, chicken casserole. I actually was quite mad and I used it as a salad dressing over the summer as well. So that was the warmest salad I've ever had in my life. Let's put it that way.
not so much that cool, refreshing salad.
Nope, this one was the hottest salad I've ever had in my life.
No, it's not. Oh, let's make you kind
I will
of.
say,
Okay.
Stephen is dead on his heat scales. This has a really good kick. He's got it at a 7 out of 10.
And it comes at the end. So it's sweet up front.
Oh, excuse me.
Exactly right in the throat.
Very good.
Yeah, I got to give him credit for those. So there's the Plot 34s. We're almost done here. Let's stick with the chili project right now. And this is the Bongo chili sauce. I'm sure some of you guys have had this.
Probably have a bottle stashed somewhere in my kitchen.
This is another mango, pineapple, type fruit flavor base.
Chili Project, Mango Bongo. There's a good chance that I've got one here, actually. There's not many sauces I don't have here. If anywhere, it'll be over here. Oh, I can see it. It's there.
I've got such a sweet tooth. I've gravitated towards.
Do you know,
bacon.
this is like a game of Snap with you.
You have it. Is that okay?
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, no, I got the right. Find me a sauce that I don't have. There we go. That's a new game for you. That's a new game.
It's like we're having a sauce party, even though it's like together. But you know.
Yeah, we can call it a sauce off.
Mm. Not real hot at all. I mean, literally just more another tingler, maybe.
And like my mouth, which is still on fire.
But yeah, the like super fruit, kind of thin. But it's refreshing. I think that would be amazing out of the refrigerator, even. Like really bring the sweetness to it.
Well, Kevin, I'm sure Kevin said he would recommend it going with chicken.
I was just gonna say like a sweet and sour chicken. It would be like.
I would actually maybe even put that with fish. A salmon that would go really good with. So, you know, you're talking something which is a firm fish, but definitely I definitely put it with fish.
Yeah, it's got that tropical essence to it. So. Chicken, fish, prawns. Platters, not
barbecued prawns or something like that.
Ice cream, yes.
Delish on ice cream, I bet. Now, Jessica has a question
I do
for
have
you.
a question.
I'll let you ask.
What exactly is pickle? It's not the same as what we consider pickle here. Is it like a chutney or?
Right. So I'll give you the definition of a chutney. So a chutney is a fruit veg-based product which is cooked up with an element of sugar and vinegar. And it's almost like it's stewed, that type of thing. So it all goes quite mushy. A lot of the vinegar evaporates off, but it leaves the pH low enough that it will preserve, and it will as long as the acidity is low enough, it will prevent any bacteria growth in there. Now, a pickle is normally something which is either in a brine, so a salted brine, or it's something which is cured in salt. So that's the difference between them. So I know a pickle with you guys is like bread and butter pickles, which I'm absolutely desperate to do because I love stuff like that.
Right.
So it's usually things which will be brined. So for example, I mean, you've got gherkins there. These are not my gherkins, but this jar I will do in 2 sittings. By the way, it's 1.5 kilos. Let's put it that way, and I'll eat that in 1 sitting. Now, pickled onions as well. They are something which is you brine them overnight, and then they're put into a vinegar solution. So that's the preserving quality of it. So that's the difference with our chutneys and pickles. So a pickle is something which is usually brined, or it's in a vinegar solution.
Fermented, more or less, in a way.
Similar to our pickles, but this is more of a sauce. When I think of a pickle, I think of a slice of something or onion.
Yeah, but to be truthful, I think of pickles, which is something which is, you know, in a vinegar, you know, or something which is salted. You know, that type of thing.
Baby opens.
Thank you.
So this is what is this?
You have longer arms.
Oh, the garlic naga pickle from Chili Project.
Now, that's something that Paul would eat. It's not something that I would eat. So I do my own garlic pickle, but I've tried lots of garlic pickles. I've tried Rick and Laura's. Garlic pickle is not a product that I particularly like. I don't know why, and I love garlic. I don't know. I've tried loads. Mr. Vickings, I've tried. It is good.
What would you normally use this on?
We would put it with things like a curry, or you could actually put it into your cooking. I mean, my husband is quite gross when it comes to things like this. He mixes garlic pickle with sauerkraut.
Okay.
Don't ask. Mix it into mayonnaise, and it makes a really good garlic mayonnaise.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah, garlic mayonnaise, definitely.
For sure.
It's got a good smell to it.
Chili or added to like a bean dip?
But it's interesting that you can go to various producers who do garlic pickle, and again, they're all different. We're all different in our own ways. That's something's always a little bit different depending on who makes it.
Okay. Yeah, it would definitely be good.
Mm-hmm.
No vampires.
I've got some crump in my belly.
It's got a little bit of heat to it, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean minimal.
No, okay.
So far, everything's spot on.
Mm-hmm.
I have got horrendous burps now. It's got to be said.
We'll move into the hot pods territory with Stephen Dixon.
Oh, excuse me. I do apologise. I've got those pods coming up now and repeating on me.
Now this, don't apologize. It's better to bear the shame than to bear the pain.
God, Paul just said, I'm glad it's coming up that way, not the other way.
Well,
That's what we'll say on that, Massa.
That's later, Paul.
this is the tropical storm. Not hot at all. I got this just merely on the flavor. Again, sweet tooth.
I'm not into coconuts, so I like coconut, just not in sauces. No, we've got a bottle of it here, but no. It's definitely not one for me. But family friendly. This is family friendly. This one though.
I was surprised on how much I actually do enjoy coconut in a sauce. It's one of those ingredients that I look at. I'm like, that doesn't even sound like it goes. And then I try it, and I'm like, that's actually pretty good. So
I don't even like coconut in a curry. So yeah, it's not the thing I like in food. I like eating coconut. Just I don't like it in my food.
And I just hate coconut in all shapes and forms. I think it belongs in a shampoo bottle, and that's about it.
there you go.
Very thick.
Got a bad belly.
I guess I did go dessert sauce theme.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. So this is, what is it? Tropical storm? Super creamy.
You taste the coconut straight away again. Just
Big
like the other
time.
one.
Yeah, this is it's coconut and pineapple, if I remember right. This one.
And banana and melon.
That's the banana. Yeah.
That don't taste nice.
Yeah, it's actually I love
Sorry,
this.
not that sauce. I'm talking about this now. After the chili, everything just tastes horrible.
I think that'd be another good one on cheesecake.
Ice cream.
Big time.
Yeah.
And then we have
I've lost all taste sensation.
the Pretty Vicious from Stephen Dixon.
I'm going to taste that. Well, soon taste that.
It's gonna be a little bit hotter. Mangoes, white wine vinegar, papaya, sugar, mixed chilies.
Yeah, nothing's been crazy.
My belly's not good after that.
My sniffer's broken.
Oh man, that is so on my stomach.
Nice consistency. It's smooth.
That just
The mango is powerful in this one, I think.
Not very hot again, but very lovely.
I was quite surprised at Pretty Vicious because I didn't think that I would like that, as I'm not really into fruity based sauces. But you know, I did that sauce in about 3, maybe 4 sittings to myself. I was really, really surprised that I liked it. And I'm surprised that I liked it as much as I did. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah.
Very good.
I've got a sweet tooth. I mean, all I drink are Monsters, and because everybody knows who was with me up there.
2 minutes, I will be back.
And last but not least,
Oh, he's gone. Yeah. So right. So what have you left with now then?
we have the Willie's Wonder Juice, Little Willie Indian Ketchup.
It is really good. I'm not surprised you didn't have any room in your case for anything from me. God, you've got some awesome things there. To be fair,
there's still a bunch on the counter. This isn't even.
So this sauce is quite thick as well. Kev's done a really good job with this. It's really good.
Ketchup.
Mm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Kevin putting out these sauces, and everybody's been loving them. So I'm so not only happy that Kevin came to Wiltshire and we got it, we were able to hang out for a little bit, got to meet the guy, but to give me this was really, really cool. So thanks again, Kev.
Yeah, I'm really blessed with Kevin that we live about a 40-minute drive from each other. So although I don't see him on a regular basis, I'm not that far away from him. So the same could be said about Dan Reed. Dan Reed lives about 6 miles away from me. He's just on the other side of Cardiff. So we're blessed in South Wales that we've got quite a few of us that are reasonably close. Andrew Hurd lives on the other side of Cardiff as well. Honza, he's a little bit more down towards West Wales. So he's about 45 to 60 minutes away.
Well, I'll tell you a huge difference between your country and here is like over there, you guys, everybody's willing to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, even 3, but not really. It's not really a big deal to get anybody to drive past 45 minutes here. It's like, oh man, that's too far away, man.
Right.
It's a huge difference that I noticed, which is
it's with us. I mean, we're obviously in a country that's quite small and compact. But then when you think about the States, I mean, it's not easy to just drive between one city and the other. For us, it's just a few hours in between. So I sort of see what you're saying there, because America is just such a vast place that sometimes you just can't comprehend how long it takes to get from one point to another. It's like Australia. I can't get my head around how big Australia is until Dan was saying, we went from this place up to that place. We said we had to get a flight because we were going to drive it and it would have taken like a month. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's for us. I mean, when you guys were down at Surrey Chili Festival, I think for us that was about a 3-hour drive in each direction. So, but then I drive that, to do weekend events anyway. So,
yeah, it was just a really cool thing that I noticed. I mean, you get a friend moves away an hour away, and it's like, oh, we don't see him anymore. Because. It's just different. Like, we're just lazy.
No, I think it's just sort of like it's that spatial thing that the States are just so big and vast.
Yeah, it's plane ride more than anything.
That's good.
This is good, Kevin. This is
very good.
Gonna take place of my
So
fries.
what flavors are you picking up in Kevin's sauce there? Because I know he's got. Let me just grab my bottle again. I was going to grab it for me. Kevin's the one that's got the label on there. No, it's there on the floor.
The cumin.
That's it. Yeah, so I know that Kevin's put tomato. There hopefully should be tomatoes in it, yeah. Because I know he's grown a vast amount of tomatoes this year, and he reckoned he gave me about 10 kilos of tomatoes, and I can tell you it was closer to 20 kilos of tomatoes.
Yeah, I can tell tomatoes are strong. Like you said, the cumin come through.
Yeah.
There's some sort of tanginess in there.
There's lime.
Is that it?
Maybe.
It's kind of complex.
So the tandoori ketchup is tomato, carrot, malt vinegar, onion, chipotle, paprika, and brown sugar. But I think that he's balanced each of them really, really well. Hang on a minute, I've turned it over. So Indian spices, garlic, salt, and mixed herbs. But he's done a really, really, really good job, because that is nice and thick.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'll use that on my chips all day. And my Heinz ketchup will sit in the fridge.
Adele's
Yeah.
currently in.
Willie's one just little. That one's little Willie.
Adele's currently in discussions with Melvin about getting it into 1 litre bottles. So,
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, definitely. It's lasting in our house.
One more thing I'd like to show, especially you, Tony, is this mug. I don't know if this looks familiar to you.
yeah.
Yeah. I was told through the grapevine that you were trying to get this mug, but now you can't because my
He's even
buddy,
signed it as well.
he wrote me a nice note on there. It says, Patrick, bucket list ticked. Love from Grandpa Stu. And so this is that's one of that shirt. He signed one of his Grandpa Nuke shirts for me, and
Cute.
I love that man. He's a good dude. Top dude. So thank you, Stu, again. What I could not find today, I might let you know. I don't know where I put it or where I hid it, but the love-hate, still looking for it, that Stu sent me home with inside my mug, which got me postponed at security.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was going to let you try that today, but it probably would have backfired because you're a Marmite fan anyway, so.
That's when he does find the bottle, that's an absolutely amazing sauce. Dan and Rich Shaky, they've done a really, really, really good job on that. It really is a good sauce.
I'm sat watching Patrick's face. He's thinking, no, it's not.
It is definitely.
Like, I don't know.
If you like the taste of Marmite, you'll definitely like it.
And it's definitely
really
the best
good.
named sauce out there because it's one of those love-hate things. And
Yeah, you'll probably like it since you're a fan of the Marmite situation. So,
she'll think it's an improvement on Marmite. She'll just think it's a better version.
Spicy Marmite. So that's really all I have. I finally got these two, which I'm pretty excited about. I could pick it up, maybe. From David Hainsworth gave me the
They're awesome.
coasters.
Have you played with it yet?
Have I played with it? I can barely pick it up off my table, so.
That's not what they're for. You shine your torch.
I was going to say, get a torch out and shine it on the wall.
You sit in
It's
the dark
really
and you shine a
cool.
light through and it projects it on your wall.
It's cool. It's cool.
Really?
I see we can do it actually. I've got there's not much I haven't got to hand here at the moment. Let me get a torch. Hang on. Right, turn the lights off.
Nice shot. Nice.
I don't know if this is going to work.
Email on that one. Okay.
Oh, there
Wow.
we go.
Takes
No,
a bit of
it's not quite working now. It's not going to work. God, I just shined it in my eyes. It's not going to work.
You need to be closer to it.
It's not even working from right. Okay, put the lights back on. Yeah, but if you do it the right way and shine
Patrick's nearly got it. Nearly got it. Turn your light out.
It's daylight.
You need to turn your light out.
My shades are closed and everything.
No, it didn't work for me.
When it's dark, give it another go. Or do what we did and we sat under the stairs with the door closed.
It didn't
Like
work.
being
last time.
10.
No, it's not working. We're not doing it the right way here. God, those pods are repeating.
So he's nearly got it. Too
I mean,
far.
I can see it on the shirt.
Now use your imagination. Big black wall.
I was going to say maybe it's better on a black background because my walls are really white.
It's on my ceiling pretty good.
This is going to be hours of fun now, isn't it?
Anyway, well, I'll play around with
Hours
that
to use now.
tonight. But yeah, that's about it. I just an awesome time. It was great meeting you. Everybody.
No, likewise, mate.
Back, man. I just can't wait to get back.
Can't wait to have you back over, mate. It was really good meeting you after all this time.
Yes, likewise. At the bucket list, I will say if you're ever up by Tony, do not Do not stay at the Douglas Hotel.
We've already pre-booked your room for next year.
Yeah, I can't even get a hold of them, man. It's
We know you can't get a hold of them. It's the only hotel in the universe I've ever seen where there's nobody ever on the desk.
nobody. And you check out, you literally leave your key on a hook right in front of the front door for anybody else who wants to come in and maybe grab it, take a shower in your room, whatever.
If you ever need a hotel and you don't want to pay for one, you go to the Douglas Hotel, you just look for whichever keys are on hook, take it off the wall, go and find your room. You're sorted,
Right.
you can check yourself in.
1992 pound.
I wouldn't bother paying, I'd just tear up and just don't take a key.
You can probably just walk up and there'll be a guy there who opens the door for you, whether you stay there or not. He'll just have the door open for you.
I'm pretty sure a few of them weren't staying there.
I read something. I think it's one of those some people live there type places because one of the reviews they actually sent me. I did a Google review on it and I was reading one and like, oh, I don't understand. I stayed there for a year. That place was great. And I'm like, all right. Well, I don't know where you stayed. The one there.
If you stayed there for a year, there's a good possibility that you were put there for a reason because you were homeless and there was nowhere else to put you.
So the next time that you're over, you are going to have to come a little bit further over this way and come to Wales because that's one part of the country that you missed.
There's the next trip. I definitely want to like kind of go. I want to go see like towards Bristol, like your way, Wales way. Kevin and I are supposed to. We came up with an idea of I think eating a pepper every hole or before we putt. We're going to play golf. This should make for an interesting round of golf.
Well, did he actually tell you that he goes to a 36-hole golf course?
I don't know where we're going to go. Just 18 is fine by me. I don't know.
He actually plays at the local 36-hole golf course.
There's a joke here and I'm missing it, aren't I? We'll play probably 9 holes. You know,
Miniature golf, mini golf.
Yeah, but
Oh God, those chilies are repeating on me. that was a horrible laugh and cough. Oh God, these chilies are really repeating on me. I have such a cramp in my stomach, honestly, guys.
can you get them out, or are you gonna just?
It's just sat in my stomach at the moment. No, I'll be okay. I'll suffer tonight. I've got nothing much going on this evening and tomorrow. I'll ride it out. They're just in my stomach, and you know when you can just feel them just underneath your ribs. They're there. Yeah. But I'm still really burpy.
It's probably a bit too late to get them out now. Anyway, you're an hour and 20 minutes in, so
I'm all right. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. But just to prove, I can still talk my way through them.
Yeah, never missed a beat.
Yeah.
I've no doubt about it.
No, but I will reiterate that last one, which was Overkill, which is a 7-pot Primo red and a Leopard Reaper cross. When it says it's brutal, it's pretty hot. It's pretty hot, and it was a creeper.
We're actually classing it as a level 7 pepper because 7 times you went, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. So 7 times you said it was hot.
It was hot.
Level 8.
It made me cry. It made me cry.
Well, you did fantastic. No signs until that last pepper, so.
Yeah, no, to say it is always the ones that come at the end. I expected it to be a warm one. Can you come put that over there, please? I expected it to be a warm one, just knowing what was in it. But it really gave me none of these peppers have given me any indication what the Scoville unit is on any of them. So I was just guessing at a lot of them and hoped that I had them in the right order. And I think I pretty much did have them in the right order. Yeah, I probably would have said though that I started off on around about 300,000 on the Scoville scale.
Nice.
No,
Nice. That's no jalapeno.
no jalapenos tonight. No.
Well,
No.
Firefly there was looking after Left Eye Pat's plants, and a lot of these plants came very, very well and produced a lot of good pods, but we haven't actually seen her eat one yet, so I think that might be sometime this week.
Oops.
Who eat what?
What? When?
Oh.
Who eat me and pod?
Oh, on Sunday, did you say?
Got plans though.
Well, it depends. I mean, if they're all cut up and taken away, there won't be any to eat. But
Honestly, to be fair, in that 2 weeks, you seem to have done a really, really, really good job with Patrick's grow there. I'm most impressed. Well, not because I thought that you do badly, but you know, the grow that you have there, Pat, looks really good.
Yeah, it was a weird year. I mean, I don't know. I'm no pro. I honestly don't really do a whole lot. I think it's got a lot to do with what I put in the ground. Here where I live, they pick up our leaves on the fall, and my city and the city next to us collect them, and then they process them into leaf humus. And by the time you get the humus, it's like 2 years into the processing, if you will. So it's totally cured. It's like dirt. It's literally like dirt. So I always put about a yard of that into my garden every year, till that end. And I really don't fertilize my plants. I don't trim my plants. I stake them and water them, and that's about it. You know, there's times
that's
where
an awesome fertilizer, though.
What's that?
That's an awesome fertilizer to use in the first place, though, just as soil conditioner and stuff. That's awesome.
It's amazing. And what I gather from Tony, it's hard for you guys to get out that way. So I'd love to be able to send a truckload to you. You know, it seems to do wonders. My mom uses it in her garden too. I think part of it, you know, what she does with the plants over the winter and everything else, and you know, the generations of seeds that she's been collecting. That, you know, I've always had healthy plants. This year was weird. They didn't get as tall as they did last year. Last year, I literally had a jungle in there, but they produced a lot of like good size fruits. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm just now starting to get into tiny little ghost peppers. It was funny. Mike Jack said something about his world record thing and how the average ghost pepper is like 5 grams. And I weighed about 10 of the ones that are just normal size for me, and they're all double that. They're all 10s and higher. The lowest one I had was 7 grams. And that was still. So I mean, a 5 gram, that's a baby little ghost. So I think he may have been wrong on that number, but I just been lucky. I don't know. Ohio's not like the hottest place. It's not.
No, but your garden gets lots of sun.
Yeah,
it's a good location.
I guess. Yeah,
I see in Wales we just get a lot of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just have a lot of rain.
Yeah,
that's just the UK in general.
No, in Wales we have a lot of rain. We have a really, really, really strange climate just outside of Cardiff. So I mean the M4 for anyone that's not in the UK, the road that comes out of London that goes west. You know, I still have to I've got a degree in geology, right? And I still have to do points of the compass doing that. I'm useless, honestly. But as you come westbound down the M4 and into Wales, you can have virtually every single season going down that road. It's absolutely mental. But around Cardiff is a bit crazy, because as you come out of Cardiff, you start going up into the mountains. So you have what they call orographic rain. So as the clouds start hitting the hills and the mountains, it starts rising up and it cools and condenses. But there is a line just to the north of Cardiff, and it's around Castle Cork, if anyone knows that, going up the A470. It's a line. On one side, it can be bright. On the other side, it's lashing down with rain. It's a line. Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. So, yeah, it can be bright and sunny on one side, and that line, you go past it, and it is lashing down with rain. It's weird.
Or the opposite.
But we have plenty of rain here.
Yeah, we're in Cleveland. We get all 4 seasons pretty well. I mean, we do get a hot part of our summer, but it's not like living in Florida or something like that. So I don't know. It's very lucky. It's I can't complain. It's Yeah, I don't really do too much of this year. We're doing a lot of dehydrating, making powders again. I still have sauces. I got 2 batches of sauce that are fermenting still, that I need to get to at some point. But for the most part, in fact, after we're done with this, I gotta go clear out the dehydrator and then, process more peppers.
Cool. I didn't have a grow this year, so I've got nothing to ferment, nothing to cook with, nothing to dry, nothing.
Nice.
Didn't grow this year. We didn't cover the polytunnel. It's got a bricked cover on it, so it's self ventilation, self watering at the moment. So just due to that, we haven't grown at all this year. It's actually been quite nice not growing and having the hassle of remembering to water things and stuff, because I'm not very good at growing, as anyone within the group will tell you. So we grew nothing. Kevin gave me a few plants halfway through the summer, and that's all I have. Apart from that, didn't grow. I didn't even grow my beans and my runner beans this year. It's just been really weird, a really weird year for me.
I know we could hear David shouting "Chili Killer."
Oh, I know. He stood to the side of me. I'm not very good. I'm not very good. Nothing gets to adulthood when I grow it.
Did you hear that, David? Nothing.
Nothing.
No, nothing gets to adulthood.
Sounded like a threat to me, that, David. You best get yourself to bed.
Outside of that and haven't been watered for a while.
Yeah, as I said, there's plants outside which haven't been watered for a while.
Like loganberries and everything.
Yeah, that's all the fruit that's just due to grow. The only thing that's actually done all right this year, as I mentioned earlier on, was rhubarb. My rhubarb has gone a little bit bonkers and mad just with the heat and stuff. So,
Yeah,
and that's the only thing which has grown. That's the only thing that's in the garden
But
growing.
rhubarb being a weed, it's impossible to stop rhubarb growing.
Oh,
you
can't kill rhubarb.
No.
You can't kill it. So
I have tried. I dug it out. I weed killed it, and it still came back the next year.
I can imagine, yeah.
Like bamboo.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're done, I think. Yeah.
I'm done.
Great to see you.
I'm going to go and wallow in self-pity on the sofa now.
Go and curl up in a little ball.
Pretty much.
That tiny little ball of regret where you sing the "What Have I Done" song.
Oh, well, I promised Kevin I would do them, so yeah. Yeah, but I did put in the chat though, if anyone maybe would like some seeds of any of those peppers that I've eaten this evening. Gorgeous. Kevin's got plenty of pods there. Whether they're going to ripen in time, I don't know. But yeah, ask Kevin if you can have some seeds, and I'm sure that he'll be glad to share them out.
I want some of those last ones, definitely.
Yeah, they're both growing if you want something rather warm.
As soon as you said the heat level of what it was, and it doesn't taste like Reaper, it was like, yeah, that's the pod I want.
No, it certainly didn't have the Reaper taste. I can't comment on the Primo taste because I've not actually had one. That doesn't mean that I'm necessarily going to put myself forward for the Primo challenge. After seeing the guys do what they did last weekend in Dallas, oh my Lord, that was just insane and bonkers.
Yeah, it was.
That was bonkers. They were absolutely awesome.
So there you go, guys. You heard it here first. She wants as many 7-pot Primos as you can get your hands on because she's going to have got the Primo challenge.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
Isn't
not.
that what you said? I thought that's what you said.
Absolutely not. No, not volunteering myself for
We're going to have to get these ears sorted out. There's something wrong with them.
No, so yeah. So there you are. But Pat, guys, it's been great seeing you again. I'm missing you already.
I know. I feel like I left like my second home. It's how everybody made me feel so welcome. It was it's still sort of surreal. It really is. It's
we're not a bad bunch over here.
Oh God, no. As soon as I got home, I was
For a bunch of limeys.
Yeah, as Paul just said, for a bunch of limeys, we're all right.
limeys. I think one thing I noticed right away was just how rude we are as Americans compared to you guys over there. Night and day. night and day. Just at the airport alone. Any question I had at Heathrow, it was like, oh, okay, love, let me show you. Everybody was so happy to help somebody. And then you get into Chicago and it's like, where's the train? Like right where the sign says there, guy. You're like, thanks, buddy. You had to be that guy, didn't you?
Yeah, we're quintessentially British.
Yeah. So I will definitely be back. My goal is within the next 2 years.
Excellent. Look forward to it, mate.
Me too.
Look forward to it.
Well, with that, guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to leave Irina and yourselves to do the outro.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, all I've got to say is thank you very much for joining in tonight. So I'm going to go off to the sofa and just go and wallow in some self-pity for the next don't know how many hours with some stomach cramps.
Yeah, well, I hope you feel better. You did amazing.
Oh, so these crazy, stupid things that we do then.
I know.
And that was my pudding after a really good curry tonight anyway. So I'm hoping it's not going to ruin the curry.
And whenever I show my mom anything I've done, or when I was showing her the things from the trip, she's just like, why? Why do they
do it? My mother doesn't understand it either. So no, she thinks we're all mad and that my insides are going to burn out and stuff. So
Well, I don't like chili.
and I'm saying she doesn't like chili. So there you are. But anyway, right. So I'll love you and leave you, and we'll catch up with you guys soon.
All right, sounds good.
Bye.
See you later,
Bye-bye.
guys. Cheers.
And now you've got yourself something funky.